Welcome again, fans, to NBL Canada this week. I'm your host, Aaron Sanders, and we are going to look back at Week 4 of the 2019-2020 NBLC season. Let's get things started by going back to January 16th, where the KW Titans played host to the Windsor Express, but it's the Express that had other plans as they began a winning streak to start off their week. And for more on that game between the Titans and the Express, let's go to Ian Jodrey, their broadcaster.
Well, the Express had allowed the fewest points per game this season. Tonight, they allowed well more than their season average, but they had a barrage of offense coming from Chris Jones, Shaq Keith, and Kirk Williams Jr., all with 25-plus points, and they ran away with it in that third quarter. You saw Shaquille Keith really take over, dominated down low, hearing himself a double-double, and helped his team build what was at one point a 21-point lead. The Titans, they had a few opportunities. They got it within 13 a couple times. Akeem Ellis continued to show off that range, 32 points for him, the leading scorer. Akeem Scott was making his second appearance for the Titans. The problem was that he was in foul trouble early and sat most of that third quarter. He got them back within 13, an electrifying play to end that third quarter, but ultimately they pulled away late.
On January 19th, the Island Storm played their final game of their Ontario road trip as they went to Sudbury to play against the Five. Over at the Sudbury Arena, it was the Sudbury Five that prevailed in a 139-125 victory against the Storm. And here are their broadcasters right now to tell you the tale about that game.
Racing with 28 points tonight, and you talk about rebounds, 7 rebounds as well.
Yeah.
So defensively he's there and he's contributing at both ends. The kid, the rookie, Lewis, wow, a couple of big rebounds turned into scoring plays, and you like to see that, but all around good effort by the Sudbury Five. Really slow to get going, but they managed to do what they had to do. They had the Titans on the ropes in that fourth quarter, and they pulled away, and they did so successfully.
And you know what? 3 players over 20 points, Jalen Bland, Braylon Rayson, and Marlon Johnson. So the scoring was spread around. Brady Skeens, I thought, did a wonderful job on the offensive glass and defensive glass, making high percentage shots, and just an overall team game and a team win for the Sudbury Five, and a big one. Yeah, they weren't on a losing streak. It was just a 1-game losing streak, but they ended it, and they cap it at that. They get back to 500. That is the big thing for the Sudbury Five, and you want winning weekends. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, you look back and you want those winning weekends. Now they have a chance to go do that on Sunday against the Islanders.
Okay, my question to you, Nick.
All right.
Will we have more showtime on Sunday for Marlon Johnson?
It's hard not to, unless that guy is on crutches. I don't think we will not see showtime for Marlon Johnson. He is worth the price of admission. Just the way he sees the court and the way he reads plays developing. And then there's only 8 games into the season, and they're already connecting so well. Marlon Johnson with a number of his teammates on those alley-oop plays. Those are type of plays that sometimes take years to develop as in terms of chemistry.
Well, he's got it going right now, and he showed us 5-6 times. I wasn't keeping the official count, but he had a big night, and of course he wooed the fans here at the Sudbury Community Arena, impressed the two of us, and I think maybe the expectations are there for more to come Sunday.
It's time to reveal the NBLC Canadian Player of the Week and the Player of the Week for the league as well. And as fate would have it, 2 players from the Windsor Express have claimed that honor for this past week. Shaquille Keith is the NBLC Canadian Player of the Week as he averaged around 17.3 points per game, 9 rebounds a game, along with 2.5 assists per game. Ever since Shaq Keith returned to the Express uniform, he's been scoring in ways and taking care of business in ways that only he can. And it's been piling up fans of the WFCU Center, no question about it. How about this guy, though? The NBLC Player of the Week, Chris Jones of the Express as well, and continuing his efforts like he did last season, coming off the bench and starting, of course. He scores in bunches, and he's able to provide that speed and the responsibility that a lot of teams would like to see. And because of that effort, he was able to average 30 points a game. In addition to that, 6 assists per game, and he's been perfect at the free throw line. So 2 players worthy of the NBLC Canadian Player of the Week and the league's Player of the Week. Good job, guys. It is now time for one of the most popular parts of NBLC this week. It's time for NBL Cuts. Players, favorite teams. One of the finest plays in Week 4 that has to offer. You're going to see them right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you NBLC Cuts, Volume 4.
Lots of guys to watch on NBLC Live.
Okay, what are the highlights? What about our favorite players? What about our favorite team? This little interesting feature we call NBLC. Here it is.
Rebound comes out and has Marlon Johnson, Marlon Mountain.
With a little bit of a gallop that time. Take game with the two-handed
Not there. Brady Skeens. Oh, yeah.
Maurice Jones Sr. Hesitation. Blow by. Gets inside. Leaves it for Delph. And Delph will throw it down with two hands.
Jones leading the way with 17. Gets up and lands another two spot. That's 0.4%. Jones to the hoop, sets
And
it up
again,
for another two.
Chris Jones, without fear, attacking the net.
Taylor to Lewis and flush. Marcus Lewis with the no doubter. Marcus Lewis.
Nice pass.
Great pass underneath. Brady Skeens gets it.
They didn't know what to do after such a quick transition. Up and in, fantastic. The alley-oop from the captain, Cliff Blinkskill, to Tremaine Johnson. Nice finish.
That never hit the rim, but it's the Storm pulling away with the rock. Lillard up the court. Great pass and a two-hand cram from Nathaniel Wright.
9 points. He wants to go for it. J.R. Holder put him on a poster. Oh my goodness.
Terrific. I call that a man board. He's in
And
traffic.
it's
He gets it.
Phillips tapping off the incredible play coast to coast.
When the sun is a little warm. Nice bounce pass. Campbell goes up and
Double-digit point
throws it
production.
down.
Jonathan Moyes leading the team. It's Williamson on the reverse. Gets the N1 off the square.
He just sizes it up. Takes
They
it.
need that, not to give up.
And
Oh,
look at
showtime!
that. The windmill. Marlon Mountain goes up and down. And my goodness.
Well, that'll do it for me, folks, in this installment of NBLC this week. We thank you for tuning in, and as always, for all the action, be sure to subscribe to NBLC Live to catch your favorite teams and to see Friday night hoops, Saturday night showdowns, and special weekday showcases that the league has to offer. And also, be sure to join in with Scott Squires for Around the NBLC, the league's podcast where he reviews players, teams, and anybody else in this league. You never know. Last episode, he had David Tingley, the broadcast from the Moncton match, on there. See who he has here for this week around. Other than that, we will see you next week. Until then, this is Aaron Sanders saying so long from NBL Canada this week.